Hey folks, it's Erica again, and it's nice to have you back on my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to cover the question, what time frames to use and how to do that. So make sure you watch this video up to the end. In the description below this video, you will find a link to my Telegram channel, where you can ask me any questions. Besides, you will find a link to my private Telegram channel there, where I share my daily trading signals. Send me a direct message in my private Telegram channel and get my personal link to PocketOption registration, which will give you a 50% bonus to your deposit. Now, let's go to PocketOption and let's go trading. Entering the trading floor, we see an already open chart of quotations of the Australian dollar US dollar currency pair. We will trade on it. We will also analyze the signals of the Donchian channel, Arun, and the Williams percent range indicators. According to the results of the first analysis, I opened a down trade for 1 minute with $350 in. During the growth, the price approached the resistance level from which it had already rebounded 6 minutes ago, and I assume that the rebound will repeat again. As I have already said, today we will talk about multi-frame analysis in trading. This is such an analysis when we analyze the same currency pair on several time frames at once. You know that any price can be viewed on the chart daily, hourly, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. We have plenty of opportunities to study the behavior of the same price. And that's exactly what multi-frame analysis allows you to do it correctly and effectively. Let's go back to our deal. The term is ending and it brings us a profit of $318.5. A good start. So, the question of which time frame is better to trade on is asked very often, and it is constantly given the wrong answer when a beginner chooses a time frame which does not suit them psychologically at all. Green, inexperienced traders want a lot of money at once, in the shortest possible time. Therefore, they naturally choose a 1 minute or a 5 minute time frame. However, over time, it may turn out that most of these time frames are a complete disorder. The frenzied pace of price on these time frames can provoke greed and turn off the brains, in which case many lose money. Before we continue, I want to open another trade. I see the price rebound up from the middle line of the Donchian indicator, and against this background, I opened an up trade for 1 minute with $350 in. In addition, I took into account the data from the Arun indicator because its blue line, responsible for the upward movement, was near the level of 100 and the red line was near 0, which is a signal as well as about the possible growth of quotations. Let's watch it. As you understand, it is convenient for some to sit on a 1 hour chart. It takes a long time to wait, there are significantly fewer input signals, but there is much more time for market analysis and there is no rush. At the same time, there are people who work steadily with a 15-minute schedule and they're not interested in a 1 hour schedule at all. Expiration is chosen up to an hour and everyone's happy. According to the statistics, more than 90% of binary option traders choose expiration less than 1 hour. Of course, the majority of these statistics are fans of 1 minute options. And so our 1 minute trade ended and this brought us a profit of $318.5. So, what about the best time frame? The whole point of the theory is that we review the price from the older time frame to the younger one and thus get a complete picture of the market. A time frame is just a detailed description of the price movement. It is always the same. The price range is always the same. You can just look at the price even in a minute or in the monthly section. When it comes to the main time frame, it's too fast for one, too slow for the other. People are different, it's okay. It's how it should be. You will try them all anyway, so the question of a permanent time frame is purely rhetorical. Let's compare a few time frames. What are their pros and cons? Let's have a look at long-term time frames first. These are daily and weekly charts. In binary options, they are used extremely rarely. This is the realm of Forex. It is there that the main money is made on such time frames. There are also advantages for binary options. If you are confident in yourself and your forecasts, you are not interested in opening the chart every hour, long-term time frames give you this opportunity. Next come the medium-term time frames. These are mainly hourly charts. There are much more opportunities compared to daily and weekly ones. Several transactions are made per day, often at the end of the day. Having seen an interesting situation again, I open another up trade for 1 minute with $350 in. Now, after the correction, the price is starting to try to rise above the resistance level. And a minute ago, it was even able to shift the upper limit of the downtrend indicator. In addition, the signal from Arun has not changed and still speaks of the predominance of the uptrend over the downtrend. Now we can continue, and we already have short-term time frames in the queue. These are respectively 15 or 5 minutes. Of course, 1 minute ones also apply to this trading. In any case, you need to take into account when choosing a time frame and the number of the transactions and what kind of deposit you have. Remember that the smaller the time frame, the more disorderly transaction it provokes. Such emotional traps are one of the key reasons why traders can lose money. And our trade was confidently completed and the wallet was replenished by another $318.5. Moving on. The main thing you need to understand is that the working time frame is selected for you and your personality. Here are some hot and frisky people. They even talk fast. You know, that's such blah blah blah. You give them one word, they give you 10. It is for such owners of a frenzied character to sit on medium or long-term time frames of death-like and extremely painful. Well, they don't see them psychologically. Well, they can't wait for hours for the result of the transaction. And the reverse situation, the person is slow, calm, thoughtful, thorough. If they get into a 1 minute option, the excitement will first break their tower and then they will suffer. Why is everything so fast and uncomfortable? And it turns out that different people choose different working time frames. With experience, you will easily pick up a good time frame for yourself. But why are beginners recommended to watch several time frames at all? Why not sit on one? Because before looking for signals and inputs of small charts, it is advisable to analyze a 4-hour or even daily chart and then a 1-hour chart. Let's take a short pause, open another up trade for 1 minute with $350 in and continue. Despite the fact that all time frames show the same price, just in different time periods, it is multi-frame analysis that is important for beginners in trading. Without it, you simply will not be able to reliably predict the price movement because you will not see the overall picture as a whole. And yes, it is so. When you see the whole picture, the chances of successful trading decisions increase significantly. But with beginners, everything is just the opposite. They set a 1 or 5 minute time frame and often sit on it. They're not interested in other time frames at all. As a result, they constantly miss the global trends that occur on the older time frames and then wonder why their ultra-reliable line on the 1 minute chart suddenly did not work. You have already understood what is the essence of analysis on different time frames. This was discussed in the Doe theory. This is how we see the global price movement. Long-term trends are formed on the older time frames, and support and resistance are much more reliable on long-term time frames. Let's go back to the quotation chart and open another down trade for 1 minute with $350 in. Here I saw a weakening of the uptrend movement of the price. The blue line of the Arun indicator also decreases, confirming my observations. In addition, the line of the Williams indicator began to move down, which also indicates a possible decline in quotations. Now we just have to click. So let's go back to the conversation. So, it all starts with choosing a working time frame, after which we consider all the time frames to get the full picture. And the full picture is an understanding of what is happening to the market. The market has only two states, trend or consolidation. Next, multi-frame analysis allows you to find out exactly what kind of input and under what conditions to make. Which is better, a tunnel vision or global vision? The choice is obvious. By the way, this transaction was successfully completed, bringing us a profit of $380.5. For beginners, when analyzing the market situation, it is best to use 3 time frames. Everything is as Charles Dow bequeathed. The first will show us the main trend, the big picture of the market. The second, the medium-term signal. The third, the details of the second signal. Here we will look for exactly entry zone. I propose to consider the most popular combinations of time frames, which, depending on their level of detail, will look like this: 1, 5, and 30 minutes, or then 5, 30, and 240 minutes, then 15, 60, and 240 minutes, and finally 1 hour, 4 hours, and daytime. Choose from them the ones that correspond to your expiration time. There should be a sufficient time interval between the time frames. Otherwise, instead of detailing, you will get a simple clarification not particularly useful. I suggest we open another up trade for 1 minute with $350 in. This time, I saw a signal from the Williams indicator for a price reversal. Namely, with an active decline in quotes, the Williams line took a horizontal position, which gave me a signal about a possible reversal and, accordingly, an increase in the price. The trade is open, so I will continue. We have analyzed multi-frame analysis, and I would like to know that it is perfectly used in binary options. With its help, the risks of inaccurate decisions are minimized, the consequences of which can be a loss-making rate. However, professional market participants do not recommend focusing on the same time frames, which is explained by the high probability of missing signals. In addition, the trader can get additional profit on other periods when identifying entry points on them. And now, again, our trade has ended with a profit, already the usual $318.5 for today. But this concludes the trading session, and let's have a look at the results. Today, our trading session lasted a bit longer than 12 minutes, and within this time, I was able to make 6 successful trades and a $1,911 net profit. A nice result? For another thing, we found out that multi-frame analysis is the basis that complements the Dow theory and actually is based on it. First, you need to choose the global frame and then learn how to detail it. And the other way around, extend small time frames to get the overall picture of what's happening. Never enter a trade without double-checking the situation on older time frames. Otherwise, odds are that you get stuck on one time frame and miss an important market movement. I do hope this information you got today will help you make money on binary options. At the end of the day, it's only practice that can teach you to understand the market. That said, if you're not experienced enough, it is essential that you carefully assess the current market situation before entering a trade. By and large, I recommend you to use the indicators whose signals you can read, for this helps reduce the risk and make a profit in the long term. I would like to encourage you guys to keep trading binary options because, as we can see, the analysis techniques are super simple here. And before we say goodbye, in the description below this video, you will find a link to my Telegram channel, where you can ask me any questions you have. You will also find a link to my private Telegram channel there, where I share my daily trading signals. And there's more to that. If you direct message me on my private Telegram channel, you will receive a personal link to the PocketOption registration that will give you a whopping 50% bonus to your deposit for free. Now, dear friends, this is a pretty nice offer. Thank you for being with me all this time. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and smash the notification button so you don't miss a thing. That's about all for today. Good luck in the market. Take care, folks, and see you soon in the next video.